And welcome to a brand new episode of The Stack, brought to you by your boys from the Unhinged Vibes Podcast. I'm Mr. Caramel Thunder. I'm one of your hosts, and I'm here with...
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Coastal, a.k.a. Coast Dynasty, a.k.a. Coastman Pat and his black and white cat.
Beautiful. And we are also here with...
And it's your boy Noslen 69ers. That's my name backwards, 69ERS. How's it going, everyone?
Beautiful. Today, first off, thank you for joining this episode of The Stack. This is your Newsly. Let's already start off on a rough note, boys. This is your weekly news roundup. Oh my goodness. Look at that right off the gate.
We're allowed.
So, we're going to be talking about all the recent news that we think is relevant to us, at least. And we're going to talk about them real quick. If there's any topic that needs an additional episode to talk about, of course, we will do that. But first, if you're listening on YouTube, thank you for listening on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, you like the video, and you comment. If you're listening on your favorite podcast provider, yet again, thank you so much, and make sure you follow us for future episodes. But before we start, boys, how you guys doing today? Noslen, how you doing today, buddy?
Good. Just doing some magic stuff here. Just chilling out, waiting until the missus get home. Maybe play some board games tonight.
Oh, very nice. Any particular board game?
My little girl likes to play this one called Rumble in the House. It's a really simple game, and it's really fun. So it's the go-to game, I think, right now in this household.
Nice, man. Nice. Costa, what about you, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing good. I'm painting up my next unit of Warhammer figs. So the Sons of Sanguinius are getting a little more red as we go. Getting excited for tomorrow because Ali's going to try play tomorrow. He had some injury problems, and one that we thought was quite a devastating injury, which we got some really good news on, and was on the road to recovery. So he's looking like he's going to give it a shot, which is going to be his season debut. So really excited about that. Fingers crossed. I'm the biggest fan, but at the same time, I'm still a dad, so I'm worried every time he steps on the court. So we'll see how it goes, though, man. I mean, I'm really excited for that.
Damn, well, first off, congratulations to him. That's going to be awesome. Let us know how it goes.
Absolutely, go Kodiaks.
Yeah, babe. Oh, man, my high school, always go Kodiaks. I'm a Kodiak man.
Exactly.
Woo! Got to rep them. Anyways, today's episode, we got a full stack today. Number one, Sony buys Bungie. Number two, the Winter Olympics opening ceremony. Number three, Activision Blizzard confirms a Warcraft Mobile experience. We got news on a possible GTA 6. And then the last one, our watch list of the week. So that's going to be our stack for this week. Let's start off right at the top. Sony buys Bungie for $3.6 billion with a B. Okay, first off, is this a clapback? Okay, is this Sony's clapback? Secondly, how do you feel about Sony buying Bungie, aka Halo? So let's start off with you, Coastal. How do you feel about this? Is this a clapback? And how do you feel about Sony owning Halo?
I imagine it can't be, but the optics are definitely there for it to be that, because I mean, if anything, right, like you say, Bungie, as much as they no longer own the Halo property, that's what they're known for, right? It's this and Destiny. Like Halo was the property that put them on the map. So for them for Sony to buy basically the creators of Master Chief, knowing that Microsoft owns Spyro, knowing that Microsoft owns Crash Bandicoot, right? It's interesting that way. They did say that they bought them with an eye on a focus to releasing more games as a service games. So I mean, that's interesting because I'm kind of over those types of games already. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm not a Sony guy, so I guess it doesn't really affect me in either direction. But I don't know where Bungie is now in terms of as a development house versus what they were as a legacy. So is it great? Sure. I mean, hey, if you can buy up something, the consolidation is beginning, right? Everybody's buying up their properties when they can. So I think Sony's got some catching up to do. So this isn't a bad purchase for sure.
Okay. What about you, Noslen? What do you feel about this purchase? Is this a clapback? Are you okay with Sony buying essentially Halo?
You know what? I think like what Mark said, I don't think it is, but the optics are there that it does look like a clapback. I'm thinking also that if this was this purchase was made, I think I believe it could have been done, or this was done probably in the works. So as a clapback, I don't think it is, because I'm sure it took some time to get all the details done. To me, this just reminds me of Sonic appearing on Nintendo, with Halo now appearing on Sony.
Okay.
So who knows what's going to happen now? But on its face value, I think it does look like a clapback. But again, we don't know what happened behind closed doors. So that's my take on it. I think to me, it just reminds me of you turn on your Nintendo, and all of a sudden you see Sonic in that, I think, the Sonic Mario Olympics. I think they had.
Yep.
So to me, it just looks like that. So maybe it'll spark, new ideas for both companies. Maybe friendly competition. Who knows?
Okay.
But a good purchase, I think, for Sony.
Yeah. I think so. I should clarify with Nelson, because I know you're not you're not much of a Microsoft guy. I know you're a big Nintendo guy. Bungie did develop the original Halos, but they did sell the Halo property to Microsoft. They don't develop Halo anymore, and the entire Halo franchise itself is owned by Microsoft Studios. So that's Sony buying Bungie is buying the developer, but they have
they don't have rights to the game.
Yeah, they're no closer to Master Chief now than they were prior to the purchase, which is he's not coming to Sony.
Yeah. Also, just to clarify, I actually read this in an article and I saw this in a video. Bungie being bought by Sony, they literally bought them to make games like Destiny, not games like Halo. So they're still an independent company. They're only being bought because Sony wants games like Destiny, but for everyone. It's not just going to be a Sony exclusive. They bought them to make games like Destiny so they can make more money that way. And it's be for every system, not just Sony, which is very good. So, because Microsoft told Sony that, we bought Activision Blizzard, but we're not going to make it exclusive to us. They're still independent. They still have the licensing and whatever else with you guys, and we're going to honor that. And Sony did the same thing. They're going to honor all previous agreements, this and that. They just bought them to help them make games for the future to be like Destiny, to be big hitters, to be AAA games, right? So I understand that, and I don't think it's a clapback. I think it's a very smart move because Sony needs a better lineup. Let's be real here. Sony needs a better lineup. Destiny, from what I've been hearing from a bunch of my friends, has been kind of going downhill. A lot of microtransactions, a lot of this, a lot of that. Not to mention, Microsoft has that Game Pass. That's like the best deal for video games. Best deal. It's like Netflix. You pay a small price, but you get access to hundreds and hundreds of games, even new games on day one. That is amazing.
And I think that's what it is too. I mean, when you buy them buying Bungie, I think is a defensive move more than anything, because it does keep them out of Microsoft's hands. Because the thing with Microsoft is they did say, like I mentioned before during us talking about the Microsoft purchase, they did say they're going to honor any of the agreements that they have with Sony. But that just means that you can buy any Microsoft first party games on Sony PlayStation for retail price. You could pay $70 on PS5, or you can just have it day one on Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, for like what, $15 a month?
$15 a month, and it comes day one. Yeah. So this keeps it out of the day one Game Pass, at least, right? This keeps any Bungie games out of day one Game Pass, and I think that might have to be the end goal, at least for now, because Game Pass Ultimate is a game changer. So
and like also, I've also seen news that Sony and Microsoft are going to be buying more gaming studios. So this is not the last time we're going to be talking about Sony or Microsoft buying studios. No. This is going to go on for a while. But apparently the talks of Sony buying Bungie has been happening for like 5 to 6 months now. So for them, this is a long-awaited conversation that finally resolved. So I'm actually pretty excited because Bungie makes great games. Right out of the gate, I have to admit, they make amazing games. So I cannot wait to see what games they have. I'm praying that they make a 40K Warcraft game. Oh my gosh. If they make a shooter, Ooh.
Did you see that trailer for Space Marine 2?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, I'm excited for that.
If they can make
Yeah.
a shooter like Space Marine 2, but in like either a Call of Duty or a Destiny feel or like a Halo feel, Lord,
Look out.
let's go. Or if you make a Tau game, please,
Yeah.
Bungie, make a Tau game. Let's go. Like they're all shooting, just a Tau with a Call of Duty skin. Oh, let's do it. I'm all in. But anyways,
Bad guys.
does this one resolve, or do you guys have any final thoughts on Sony buying Bungie?
I don't have any final thoughts. I just think this is not going to be the last time we talk about Sony or Microsoft buying up a major development studio.
What about you, Noslen?
No, I think it's good for me, and I just hope Nintendo's listening and maybe develops something and then just sneaks under the radar, and then just takes everyone by storm and then just dies down again.
Okay. So we'll let this resolve, but I'm gonna ask you a side question. Okay. Now, in regards to Sony or Microsoft buying another gaming company, what gaming company would you like Sony or Microsoft to buy next, in your opinion? For me, I would like them to buy, I know it's not going to ever happen, but maybe Ubisoft or EA would be a very good pick for either one of them, because they are very big hitters. I think it'd be a very good idea for one of them to buy Ubisoft and EA next. What about you guys? Coastal, what do you think?
I mean, Ubisoft and EA are sort of the big ones, right? I was thinking that as well. The other one that I was thinking, look, the dream for me has already happened, right? Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard was sort of the that'll never happen, but wow, would it be great if it did? So there's having said that, hey, you know what? Let's shoot for the moon. You said Ubisoft and EA, that wouldn't be bad. Why doesn't Microsoft just buy Sony?
You know why that can't happen. You know why that can't happen. You can't monopolize the market. If you monopolize it, there's
realistically it would be a terrible idea. I just wanted to get under your skin there for a second.
But can you imagine
honestly,
though? That would be like that. The whole gaming community would be like, what
Up in arms.
the hell? And the price tag to that would be so big. That'd be the biggest transaction ever, dude. More than the Activision Blizzard transaction.
Yeah, which is an already unfathomable number. So, realistically, Ubisoft, EA, Take-Two, those are the three big houses, right? I mean, I don't think Tencent is going anywhere, but those would be that would be me. So.
What about you, Noslen? What do you think, man?
I think EA would be a big one, because that's a lot of the sports games right now. So that would be huge if they did that.
Okay.
But
they have the Star Wars too.
I don't think it'll.
Yeah.
What's that?
They have the Star Wars franchises too, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I believe so.
Yeah, they do. So I think that'd be a huge purchase. But you know what? I'm willing to bet that there's some talks going on right now about if they're going to be purchasing another big studio. So we'll see. We'll see. At this point, I think it's going to be literally one big company versus another big company, where before it was like all these companies all together, and just Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo were just the big brothers, you know? But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. I'm actually very excited to see what happens, because no matter what, gamers are going to get good games. Hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully. But anyways, let's move on. This next topic actually surprised me, because first off, I didn't know what was going on, because it randomly popped up in my newsfeed. I'm like, this is happening right now? Damn, I had no clue. And usually I look forward to this event every single 4 years, right? I personally like the Winter Olympics more than the Summer Olympics. But the topic for today is Winter Olympics opening ceremony television ratings tank. Now, Coastal, can you explain what this topic is?
Sure, absolutely. So I had read an article that basically said that 7.5 million people in America tuned in to the opening ceremonies, which is an abysmal number, right? Now, there's plenty of theories as to why nobody's watched the Olympics. I mean, with most sporting events, we've noticed if there aren't any fans, it really does sort of take the wind out of the sails of any of the sporting events that we see when there's no fans around. Also, NBC's done an awful job of, telling us where to watch it. Even I haven't even, like you said, I didn't even see any commercials for it. I basically tuned out as to the Winter Olympics happening once I found out the NHL wasn't going. That was basically the one event I really wanted to watch was men's hockey. But even though I'm like you, I as a Canadian prefer the Winter Olympics over the Summer Olympics, just because we do see a lot more. The stories are we're a lot more competitive in the Winter Olympics than we are in the Summer Olympics. So, yeah, it's weird because it's a combination of. There hasn't been a whole lot of news about it, and most of the news about it has not been great. So my excitement level for the Winter Olympics is really down this year. I don't know about you guys, but that's sort of the underlying conversation is that I didn't watch it because I didn't know, and even if I knew, I probably wouldn't have watched. What about you guys?
Yeah, Noslen, what do you think, bud?
Well, when the only reason why I even remember about the Olympics was the Jamaican bobsled team. That was the only reason why I remembered it. I looked up some of the articles about the Olympics, and there were some strict restrictions on it. For example, I believe no one was allowed to watch. It was only people in the mainland, I think, were allowed to watch. Mm-hmm. Also, I was trying to look online for some of the ceremonies, but all I got was like highlights from the news. Like I might have clicked like maybe 10 or 12 of them, and they were all like from the news, so I couldn't really find anything about it. I wasn't really like my excitement level for the Olympics this year. I think I'm like you guys. I totally forgot about it until, like I said, for the Jamaican bobsled team to be announced. That's the only reason why I sort of remember about it. And I totally didn't realize that the NHL team wasn't going. So that's how tuned in. Yeah, that's how tuned in I was. I didn't even realize. So I was like totally tuned out. So I don't know. I'm other than the bobsled team, I'm not really excited for the Olympics. I usually am, but for this year, no, I haven't. Not really excited at all for it.
Okay.
Actually, I shouldn't say I'm not excited. I'm just my excitement level isn't where it used to be for the Olympics.
Oh, that absolutely makes sense. I had no clue that the Olympics was actually going on until I found an article saying Jackie Chan carried the torch at the Great Wall for the Olympics. I'm like, wait, that's happening awesome. Right now? Oh shit! Well, yeah. Sweet. Jackie Chan carried the torch. Sweet. Awesome. I had no clue it was actually going on. I had no clue that they had their ceremony, whatever else. It's just, wow, there's zero advertising on it. I see zero articles or videos or whatever on it. Right? I even follow some athletes, and like they're barely posting anything about it, which is absolutely wild to me. So it's also crazy to hear that the NHL is not allowing their players to play in the Olympics as well. Which, if you think about it, it's fair because you don't want your assets to be going to a third party playing games. But then if they get hurt, your company is the one who suffers from it. So I do understand that aspect of it and whatever else. But it's also like, come on, this is supposed to be the best of the best here. And like a lot of the best of the best are in the NHL, right?
A little bit of background. Sorry.
Go ahead. I was going to say they're also Canadian, so...
Yeah, a little bit of background information behind that. They were scheduled to go this year, and then what happened was the NHL had a ton of games that had to get postponed because when Omicron hit, a bunch of teams didn't have enough players to play games, so they had to postpone games. They had to postpone a bunch of games in Canada.
That makes sense.
Because the restrictions got a whole lot tighter in terms of having capacity crowds. So that's why, and then they had said that the only spot where they can fill the gap to replace those games was during the 2-week break in the NHL season when they were going to go to the Olympics. So now they don't have that sort of runway to replace those games. So that's why they walked out. And then the other part was that the Players Association told the players, like, listen, if COVID restrictions are getting tighter, we can't protect you once you go to China. Okay, because that's where the Olympics are, right? So if the Chinese government tells you, hey, you got to restrict and you've got COVID and you have to stay in your hotel for 3 weeks, and that includes 2 weeks of the NHL season when it removes, sorry, man, we can't get you out, right? We're like, so you're at the mercy of another government, right? And as we know, it's the one who is the most restrictive government when it comes to these things. So That's sort of why, unfortunately, the NHL bowed out, which sucks because I would have loved to have seen even teams like Team China got a buy-in. They're one of the worst hockey teams on the planet, and they're in the same pool as Team Canada. So I would have loved to have seen them try to protect the power play when McDavid and McKinnon and Cale Makar are out there up against a bunch of guys, and they're being defended by Noslen, Coastal, and Caramel Thunder, which is basically who they've got running out on the penalty kill. So, yeah, best of luck to them. That would have been fun to watch.
That would have been a crazy game. That would have been a crazy game.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've always watched the Winter Olympics because I love the hockey, I love the skiing, I love all of those events. Like watching them, it's great, and like seeing the ceremony, the opening and closing ceremony, was always an amazing thing. Always, because it doesn't matter what the hell is going on with the world. There's two things that always connect people. It's music and sports.
Yeah,
music and sports are the main two things that'll connect anyone on this rock. Doesn't matter what it is. Music and sports will always connect people. Doesn't matter if there's a world war going on or whatever else. It's always music and always sports. So it was always very nice to see these ceremonies and seeing all of the countries and regions come in as a kind of a united front, saying like, we're all different countries, but we all respect each other. This is all a big community. It's a big family. It's about sportsmanship right now, and I really, really respect that. And it really sucked that no one was promoting the opening ceremony, or you can barely even find it, or whatever else, right? So, I think that this year was kind of a wash for the Olympics. I don't know if it's because of COVID or just everything going on right now, right? So, unfortunately, hopefully in the next 4 years, the Winter Olympics, it's advertised like crazy, because it's always nice to see the medal count for all the countries and having countries experience their first medal in a long time or in ever, right? It's always good to hear those feel-good stories. And for this one, it's Jamaica having their bobsleigh team back. Let's be real here. The last time they had a team was when Cool Runnings was playing on the Disney Channel. Yeah. And that was a long time ago.
Like 88 in Calgary, man. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. So like it would have been awesome to see Team Jamaica, the bobsleigh team, doing their thing, this and that. But hey, no one wanted to advertise anything on the Olympics. So maybe in 4 years things change, and I know it will. So yeah, this year's kind of like, that sucks. I'll just watch the highlights, I guess.
It's a shame. That's a great point that you brought up, that this is one of the few times when the entire world can get together and sort of, enjoy the spirit of competition with each other. And it sucks because we're about as divided as we've ever been. So it would have been nice to see that coming together again. And just it's like everything else in the last couple of years, we've had to just go, it sucks that that's not the way it is anymore.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Any final thoughts, Noslen? What about you? Any final thoughts?
Well, when hearing you say that Jackie Chan was carrying the torch, it would have been cool to see him fight out some villains and keep that torch still going off the Great Wall.
Coulson, what about you, buddy? Wow, buddy. Wow.
I can't top that. So.
All right, so let's resolve this one. Let's move on to the next one. All right.
Hey, man, that would have been cool to see.
Yeah, hell yeah, dog.
Hell yeah. Would have been.
I agree with you. 100% agree with you. Okay, let's see here. What's next on the docket? Oh, the next one on the stack. We're going back to gaming, folks. We're going back to gaming. So, we're going back to Activision Blizzard. So, Activision Blizzard have finally confirmed a Warcraft Mobile experience. Now, just by how it's written on our docket here, I don't know if this is like a World of Warcraft mobile experience or if this is like a what's that card game?
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone Mobile. Another one of these, right? Mm-hmm. So, Coastal, do you know a lot about this topic?
All that they've confirmed is what we have on the docket list, basically.
Really?
Activision would have confirmed another mobile experience set within the Warcraft universe. That is all they said.
Okay. So, since this is all the news has at this moment, let's speculate a little bit, okay? let's grease the wheels and maybe come up with some ideas. Now, if you are Activision Blizzard and you had the whole IP of Warcraft to do whatever you want as a mobile game, what would it be? Okay, Noslen, start off with you. So, if you had to make a mobile game for Warcraft and you had any amount of money you wanted, what mobile game would you make?
Oh man, I don't know. You know, I'm gonna pass this to Coastal. Then I'll answer after that.
Okay.
Just can't think of a really good one.
All right, Coastal. What about what do you think? What game would you make?
So there's a couple of ways to approach this, right? Activision, Blizzard are now owned by Microsoft. Those are three companies that definitely like money. So if you wanted to, for maximum sort of revenue generation, I would look at the game you're playing, the game I'm playing, your Star Trek game, my Marvel Strike Force. Let's pull up a free-to-play gacha game that is built within the Warcraft world, right? And that's where we would go first. I think that's the place you want to go in terms of if you want to generate revenue. Now, if we're talking about what we want to do for me as a fan, let's do a straight WoW port. Right? That's what I would want as someone who does not have any financial investment into the success of either company. Put WoW on my phone, baby. That's what I want. Put WoW on my phone. Find a way to integrate, even if you just find a way to integrate the game at large, WoW, into the mobile phone. Perfect. Like even something like Garrisons or anything like that when they had the WoW app, just something that you can do daily. You can break out your phone and it keeps me tied to the game. Because there was a time there where what kept me tied into the game was the WoW app.
Really?
Just doing the daily Garrisons and stuff. And then I would go and, I would play it on, I would play WoW afterwards. But yeah, so that would be my two approaches to it. I think porting Heroes of the Storm and making it mobile would be, I think, is an easy win too. So those are the three.
Okay. So Nelson, let's go back to you. What do you think?
Well, the last time I played Warcraft was actually when it was called just Warcraft, and I loved that version of the game. I never got into the, I guess, World of Warcraft. I think that's what it was after.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember playing that, and I think around the same time it was the first Diablo that came out around that time. I'm thinking.
Okay.
So for me, for my own personal preference, I'd like to see that ported over. I think that would be pretty cool. But I'm sure there's many variations of that type of game out there. But just the nostalgia factor, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Warcraft is an RTS, right? There's definitely space for that. If you just basically took something like Clash of Clans and skinned it with the Warcraft world, that would work.
Actually, that'd work really well, actually. Yeah, and lucky for you that there is a Diablo game coming out on the mobile. I believe it's called Diablo Immortals.
You guys don't have phones?
Right? So I've actually pre-registered and pre-downloaded that game. So when it does come out, I'll be playing it on day one. I don't know if you guys are. If you guys are, we can make a clan, we can make an alliance, and we can go on from there. But I know for a fact I will be trying it on day one. I love Diablo. I've played like every single Diablo game. So I cannot wait to try this one. But just to go off of what you guys said about the whole like mobile gaming thing, I really want WoW to be on mobile. I really do. I want to be able to be cross-platform. I want to be able to play my character on the PC. I have to go somewhere, okay, log off, play the exact same character on my mobile phone. Of course, it'll be a little bit different. Yeah, sweet. But it would be cool to have cross-play from a PC to mobile. Yes, of course, the buttons would have to be a little bit more simpler, whatever else. But I think it'd be cool. So, like, instead of having every single button on your keyboard as a skill, you would have to choose, like, a macro of 6 skills to use, right? Yeah. Or you can make macros of those buttons, whatever else, right? So I think overall, a MMORPG on a mobile phone would be great because then they could keep up with some of the other big MMORPG mobile games out there, right?
Yeah, and let's be honest, our phones are all stronger than the PCs that we used to run World of Warcraft in 2004.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
For sure.
Hell yeah.
if nothing else, let's see WoW Classic on phone.
Yeah. So either that or maybe Heroes of the Storm would be good, except that, like, what, that's a dead game now? Like, does anyone even play that game?
I don't think so, but
Yeah.
it was good. Right?
Honestly,
it was a good mobile.
they can bring life to it if they bring it to mobile. 100%. They can do like a re-release. That'd be wicked sweet. Because I actually played Hero of the Storms for a little bit, and it was actually a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I know they already have Hearthstone on mobile. Diablo's going over to mobile, so I think it'd be great to get, like you said, Warcraft on there, WoW on there, Heroes of the Storm. Overwatch would be really cool to be on mobile. I don't know. Do you know if it's on mobile already?
No, it's not.
No? Okay. But the second game's coming out. That'd be really cool if you could play Overwatch 2 on your mobile device. That'd be really cool.
I would.
Right? Because that's a big moneymaker already. So why not make it mobile and sell some more? So I think that'd be cool. Overall, though, they didn't give a time frame, right, for this?
No,
also?
and Diablo Immortal was announced in 2018, so
yeah,
and it's still in pre-registration, and it's 2022. So I wouldn't hold my breath for the Warcraft Mobile experience, but it's coming apparently.
Yeah, expect this to be in like 2024. To be honest with you, like
I think 2024 is optimistic.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think, yeah.
Okay. Any final thoughts on this one before it resolves?
No, just it's going to take a while, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Which foreshadows our next event.
Yeah. Now, speaking of taking a while, this franchise really took a damn long while to think of making a new iteration of this game. It essentially, just like Diablo 3, resold the same game. No, sorry. Just like Skyrim. Okay? Just like Skyrim, resold the same game in different editions, collector editions, on different platforms for how long now? Like, forever, dude. Like, Skyrim has come out like 25 different times, and all of them have been like sold out. GTA 5 has come out a million different times, like it's a brand new game every single time it's been re-released, and it's been selling like nothing. Like, it's crazy how people still buy this game, even though they have it on their PS4, PS3, PS2, PC, on their mobile phone, on every console that they ever have. They've rebought this game. But finally, folks, finally, a new iteration of GTA has been announced, and people are saying it might be a GTA 6. Do you believe this news, or are you just waiting to hear, oh, welcome to GTA 5.5 online? Oh my gosh. So what do you guys think of this news? Do you think it's a GTA 6? Do you think it's maybe a different style of GTA game? Do you think it's just another GTA 5 reskin? Coastal, let's start off with you. What do you think about this news?
So, here's the thing. GTA 5 was released for the Xbox 360 for that generation. So we're talking 2013. It's 2022. It's a 9-year-old game. I myself have not been super into the GTA franchises. My Ali is playing them right now. So, and I'm a little bit cynical when it comes to a lot of this stuff. Is it going to be GTA 6?
You don't want your son to go to the strip club in the game and do stuff and steal cars and...
Oh, the casino stuff is always hilarious because that's the one where it's like, dude, I know that's crooked. Like, yeah, dude, how do you think we pay for this house, man?
Facts.
But
Facts.
GTA. But having said that, I'm the guy who always buys into the hype, man. GTA 6, let's go. It's coming. It's coming. Here's my big prediction. GTA 6 is coming, and it's going to star a female protagonist. Those are my two big hitters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's right. It's going to star like a Snoop style badass who is going to just infuriate the chuds and cavemen that we have in our gaming universe, so in our gaming community. So it's going to be awesome. It's
I would love
be
to
a
see
great
that.
thing. They're going to be so mad. And it's going to be awesome. I love it.
Okay. Noslen, what do you think about this?
I'm hoping it is a GTA 6, and I'm thinking that they may actually take a famous person, actually put him into this as the main protagonist, antagonist, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
I think with this one, I think it's been a long time coming. I think they want to have that big wow factor. I think they're going to put a famous face to the game, and hopefully it does well. But that's my take on it. I think it'll be someone famous that'll be the main person in this game. I know Dre did a couple of songs for, I think, the one that they just released recently. So I'm thinking they may end up getting someone to produce and add more songs just to get everyone hyped up about this. So that's my take.
Ooh.
Yep. What is it?
Let's marry these two. Let's marry these two concepts right now. Here we go. GTA 6. Now we know that the earlier iterations of GTA have sort of went and explored into the sort of the world of the mafia. They've explored the world of West Coast gangster rap.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
GTA 6. Here's the prediction.
Okay.
They explore the world of the triads. Right?
Oh.
And they do put a famous face to the name, like Noslen said. And we go GTA 6, starring Aquafina, baby. Let's go. Yes.
Hold on. Wait. Let me find that.
Or is that a stat trombone? Ah,
There it is. That's the right one.
Okay, so maybe it sounded better in my head.
Oh, that's hilarious. That is too funny.
The triad thing, though, I think that's actually pretty cool, though.
That'd be really cool, actually.
Yeah,
That'd be really sweet.
Cool in the sense of putting it in the game, but yeah, I think that'd be.
Oh god, that'd be hilarious.
Went too far. Okay, I get it.
Not gonna lie, I think both your ideas are great, minus the Aquafina one. You know, as we're real here, I think both are great ideas. I really do hope though that, because let's be honest here, what makes GTA is that you can go in the game and do whatever you want.
That open world,
The open world is one of the biggest, most important parts of GTA as a whole. So essentially, they got to make sure that they continue that, right? Whatever skin they put on top of it, doesn't matter what it is, as long as they make it open world and just do whatever the hell you want, I think the game is going to be successful no matter what, right? Because there's certain people who play that game. There's people who, when they drive, they follow the traffic rules. They don't speed. They don't run reds. They follow behind other cars. Or there's people who don't give a shit and they drive on sidewalks and run people over and run red lights and whatever else. Doesn't matter how you play the game, right? Yeah. Doesn't matter how you play the game or how you make money in that game, right? You're gonna love the game because it has something for everyone. So as long as they continue that, if they change it up to like something totally different, I don't think it's going to do well, but it's GTA. Let's be real here. This is going to be open world, sandbox. You do whatever the hell you want. The PC modding community is going to go crazy over this new game. Let's be real here. So that's going to be amazing. But honestly, when it comes to this, I do not think we're going to see this anytime soon. This is going to be like a 25, 26 kind of game. Right.
Let's be honest. If this is a launch title for the next generation, for the PS6 and whatever they're naming, the Xbox naming, the way they name their consoles,
1080, Xbox 1080.
Yeah. So that's my one gripe about Xbox is they name their consoles in the most dumbest way possible.
Right.
But I think if it's a launch title for the next generation console, I think that's optimistic. Yeah.
Now, another question, for any of these games coming up, even any of the future games coming up, it doesn't even have to be GTA, but especially for GTA though, would you like to have this game as VR exclusive? Would this be cool to you? Let's see here. Noslen, let's start with you. It looks like the wheels in your head are turning. What do you think? Do you think this would be an awesome VR game?
Oh man, for VR, I think it would be, but man, I'm seeing people play some of those VR games where they fall off buildings. I don't want that to be me, so I think it would be. I think it would be something different. Again, if they want to have that big wow factor, I think you try everything possible, but try not to go overboard. But I think it'd be a decent VR game.
Okay, Coastal, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm a guy whose equilibrium is not great. I'm not a roller coaster guy by any stretch of the imagination. So I am 100% not a VR guy. So here's hoping it doesn't for personal reasons. But I mean, it would be a really cool experience, I think, for anyone who isn't like me and is a total coward when it comes to virtual reality stuff. But yeah, I think. I don't know. I mean, if it works out that VR has become sort of our world now, great. But you're gonna drag me kicking and screaming. So
okay, that's fair. Now, does this resolve, or is there anything else you guys want to talk about for this topic? Anything?
It resolves for me.
Yeah, Coastal.
Hashtag Aquafina for GTA 6, man.
All right, we'll put that in the notes. So that one resolves. Now, on to the very last one, which we always talk about every single episode. It's the watch list. So the watch list is what we are watching in the past week. Any new shows, episodes, whatever else. So this is where we discuss it. This is where we give our initial thoughts and if we recommend anything to each other. So let's start off with you, Noslen. What is on your watch list, buddy?
Just finished this week the latest episode of Book of Boba Fett. Mm-hmm. Really good. Like where it's heading. So I know this Wednesday is the last episode for the season.
Supposedly, yes.
I believe.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I confirmed that.
Damn it, too bad, eh?
Yeah.
I hope it ends off well. Other stuff I've been watching, I think I mentioned before when after our draft that we just did, I've been watching a lot of the old action movies like Commando, Hard Target, and I think I sent you guys a clip of in Hard Target where Van Damme was unsheathing his leg to kick ass. I think that's classic.
You'll never see that in an action movie nowadays.
Oh, no. Other than that, no, just been watching that. A lot of old action movies, a lot of old kung fu movies as well. So, just stuff I like.
Awesome. Coastal, what about you? What's on your watch list?
Well, I do have a couple of things on my watch list, but before we do that, I wanted to ask Noslen real quick. Let me just sort of try to shift priority back to him because you weren't around for the Boba Fett and Peacemaker review, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Give us some of your quick thoughts on what did you think about that episode, and maybe do a quick rundown the way we did in terms of what you liked about the episode, what didn't you like, and what are you looking forward to going into the season finale?
What I liked about it was seeing some of the cast from The Mandalorian in this episode, and I know they're in the Book of Boba Fett. They're talking about the war that might be happening. So to me, it looks like they're gathering up the troops. Also, like the little training vignette that they did with Luke and Grogu. My personal take on what's going to happen, I don't know if you guys did that. I don't know if you guys thought of that, but I think he chooses the Mandalorian. And then I think the Mandalorian just realizes, he has to be with his people, so he just goes back. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that might happen probably next season, I think that's what might happen. The thing I didn't like about that episode, actually, I don't know if there wasn't anything that I liked. Oh, except for that I forgot his name that died.
Cobb Vanth?
In that gunfight. Yes, in that gunfight. That was the only thing I didn't like.
He's not dead. He's not dead. He's not dead.
If you rewatch it, they tell you, get the stim packs, they did. So we'll see. If he dies, I'll be very shocked because that's like a big player. Mm-hmm. But we'll see.
And again, I didn't follow the Star Wars that much, but that character that looks like another iteration of Bane.
Oh, Cad Bane. His name's Cad Bane.
Oh, there you go. So yeah. I thought it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was just direct, no nonsense, and then boom, shoots him, and then just walks away. I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay, so fun fact: Cad Bane is one of the best bounty hunters because he can actually go toe to toe with any Jedi, and he's won. Also, when Boba Fett was younger, Cad Bane was Boba Fett's mentor at a certain point in his life.
Ooh.
So, Boba seeing Cad Bane is going to be like a apprentice meeting the master situation. So we will see what happens. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, there's a few episodes in the Clone Wars where Boba is being mentored by Cad Bane, and it's pretty cool because Boba at that time was fresh, brand new into being a bounty hunter. So I think it's going to be pretty cool to see what happens. There's some bad blood in between the two, so I can't wait to see what's going to go down. So, yeah. Anyways, any more final thoughts on Boba?
No, I think that's about it. Like I said, overall, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great setup to what could potentially happen. It's keeping me interested, that's for sure. I don't know if it's keeping. I'm assuming it's keeping you guys interested, but no, I like the direction that it's going. I hope they continue, not like Cowboy Bebop, where after the first season it was axed. I hope they continue with this.
Okay. Coastal, let's go back to you. What is on your watch list? And Noslen, thank you for your input. I totally forgot to ask. So thank you to Coastal for pointing that out. Because, we actually loved the episode. One thing I do want to ask you before Coastal goes into his watch list is how would you rate the episode from 1 to 10? How would you rate the episode?
Oh, I'd probably give it a 9.
Wow. Wow.
That's
Coastal, you, what did you rate it?
7.5.
7.5. Yeah, I rated like a 7.5. Yeah. Our biggest thing was how Luke's like the whole like deep fake thing. That was like our biggest concern. But other than that, like we showed nothing but praise about the show, about that episode. But yeah, no.
Yeah. With Luke,
no, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say with Luke, like I knew right off the bat that was gonna be there, so I didn't really pay much attention. I was just more driven about the story and what was going on, like how he was training him, and it's kind of interesting to see how he's training someone who looks like Yoda who trained him. So I thought it was kind of cool.
It's also funny to think that Grogu is also older than Luke. It's just like, oh, okay, cool. So technically you're a baby, but you're also 50 years old, which is also older than me. So that's kind of crazy. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. All right. Well, anyways, Coastal, what is on your watch list, buddy? What is on your watch list?
Oh, well, you know what? Before I start the watch list, I just wanted to quickly mention something to you. I had read Mark Hamill didn't voice Luke in this one, and that's part of the thing that was throwing us off. What they actually did was they used AI from his old, because he's younger, right? So his voice has changed from when he read old audiobooks and when he did some radio shows with Star Wars and when he did the Star Wars movies. So they sort of cut and chopped all of that to make his lines.
Okay.
And sort of cleaned it up with AI. So that's how they did his voice there.
Okay, that's interesting.
I was going to say, it did sound like young Luke. It didn't sound like, Mark Hamill. Yeah. So, okay. Wow. So in terms, so some interesting tidbit there. In terms of my watch list, I've mentioned this before. I'm a big comedy guy. I love SNL and I love stand-up comedy in particular. So I watched Aziz Ansari's new Netflix special. It was just a quick 30-minute. He popped into the Comedy Cellar in New York, which is sort of a world famous sort of classic stand-up house, and he just went in unannounced. Just told the guy, "Hey, I'm just going to do a quick set," and the crowd was completely shocked that he was there. He wasn't on the bill or anything. Real small crowd, and it was a great set from him. 30 minutes of him just talking about the big thing from it is he did talk a lot about disconnecting from the online space, right? Because I think that's something that a lot of us, it would be healthier for us mentally and emotionally if we were able to disconnect a little bit, because that place is a cesspool. So it was really, really, a lot of the points that he made were really inspirational is too strong a word. Maybe cogent. Like they were just like, oh yeah, you know what? Why don't I do this? Why shouldn't I? Why why don't I disconnect more? And I looked at my history, and I was on Reddit for 5 hours the day before I watched that series, and I'm like, oh man, okay, maybe I need to step away a little bit from social media, because it can mess with you. We were not meant to know the thoughts of 30,000 other people hammering home to us who we don't even know otherwise. So it was cool. I really enjoyed that. I recommend Aziz. If you find Aziz Ansari funny, his new special is great. And like I said, it's a quick 30-minute one, so you can bang that on in half an hour. The other, I'm like you guys, I watched Book of Boba Fett, watched Peacemaker. The one thing I wanted to ask you guys is, I saw a trailer for it, and I wanted to know how interested you guys were in watching that new series on Disney Plus about a movie that I'm sure both of you have never seen before, Pam and Tommy. About the time when their sex tape got
Yeah, I'd be very much
neither
interested.
one of you have seen.
Yeah, I actually be very much interested. I saw a few advertisements on it. The guy who plays Winter Soldier is in that, right?
Is he? I'm not sure. All I knew is that the person who they got to play Pam Anderson is an absolute dead ringer for 90s Pam Anderson. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know how interested you guys are, because the thing about it is, yeah, I mean, the video, sure, I watched it, but the thing that was interesting is it is the first time that we saw something like that where, it was before the internet, so nude leaks and stuff weren't as prevalent, but it was enough of sort of, celebrity status and people filming themselves had happened where this was sort of the first big thing to happen like this. So how it sort of transpired and how the people reacted to it is always going to be an interesting story. That's why I was sort of fascinated by it myself.
I'm actually going to check it out. It sounds very much interesting. So I love those kind of, like, I don't know if it's like a biopic-ish, but I love like kind of that stuff. It's really interesting to me. I like that stuff.
Based on a true story type of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think because that came out early this week, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I think episode 1 came out this week.
Oh, it's episodes?
Yeah, I believe it's episodic.
Nice. That makes it even better, actually. That makes it even better.
Yeah.
Okay. For my watch list, it's the same old stuff. You guys already know it. Book of Boba. We got Peacemaker. Legend of Vox Machina. I don't know if you guys know much about that, but it's essentially, it's one of the most famous D&D live streamed, I guess, TV shows or like online shows, finally put into a adult animated cartoon. So essentially, if you like fantasy, if you like dirty jokes, if the people of Big Mouth are actually producing and animating this, so expect that level of quality. Also, David Tennant is in it. The people from Critical Role is in it, which I absolutely love all of them. There's a bunch of famous names in this damn TV show, voice acting, and it's absolutely amazing. So if you have Amazon Prime, I beg you to watch it. It's literally, each episode is 30 minutes in length. I believe every single Friday, 3 episodes come out. Every single Friday, 3 new episodes come out. So it's an absolutely great show. I have nothing but praise for it. So I would actually really love to ask you guys if you guys wanted to watch Legend of Vox Machina, because I think you guys would actually really enjoy it. Like, really enjoy it, which is going to be crazy because it is a D&D show. It is a D&D show. So if you don't know D&D, that's fine, because this literally makes it beginner friendly for anybody. So if you like Lord of the Rings, you're going to love this.
I know enough about the D&D sort of tropes to be able to loosely follow along to something where it's not built for the hardcore D&D person. One thing I will mention to Noslen, if he needs a little bit of an extra selling point, is I believe the show that you said it was based on one of the most highest rated television shows. We're talking about Critical Role, right?
Yeah.
Critical Role, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, got their start on Geek and Sundry, which is also the house that built Tabletop, which is what got you back into board games, Noslen.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, I forget. No, it's not on Patreon, but It was probably maybe GoFundMe or something, but they actually did a fundraiser to create this show, and it was the highest profiting fundraiser in like the first, I don't know, like certain amount of time. It was the highest profiting one. It broke records. It was in the millions, dude, in the millions.
Awesome.
No one else has gotten that kind of funding off of just something like this, just asking from the fans. It was that popular that Amazon bought the license to it to make them 2 seasons. So
awesome.
this was only possible because of the fans. This would not be possible if people didn't actually donate millions of dollars. But because everyone donated from it or donated to it, this is like the first ever crowd-funded, like big screen animated TV show out there.
Well, and I loved the Guild. So if it's anything sort of in that vein, then I'm in. So.
Oh, dude, you're gonna love it. You're gonna just watch the first 3 episodes. Even just the first episode alone, the first 5 minutes of it, you're gonna be pissing yourself laughing. The first 5 minutes of it, it's absolutely amazing. So if you have 30 minutes to spare, pop on Amazon Prime, put on Legend of Vox Machina, and you're gonna really enjoy it. You're gonna really enjoy it. But other than that, I think more Warcraft stuff because the Tau Codex came out, so I'm watching a lot of Tau stuff. Let's see here. I downloaded a bunch of Star Trek Discovery episodes because I still got to watch the latest season, and also Star Trek Prodigy because Catherine Janeway is actually in that show from Voyager, so I got to catch up on that. I've been watching a lot of news teasers on the season 2 of Picard.
Okay.
So there's that. And then I believe that is it. Other than that, I'm watching like Coco Melon, I'm watching Teletubbies, you know, all the baby shows, you know, all the great baby shows that are out there. You know, every morning all I hear is Coco Melon or Teletubbies or My Little Pony or Blue's Clues. So yeah. Just be happy if baby enjoys a show you can tolerate, because there were some shows like the one hard and fast rule I had in my house was he couldn't watch. Now I'm losing the name of it. No, Noslen, you would know the bald kid with the horrible mouth. Caillou.
Yeah.
That was one strict no Caillou house. Household.
Why?
So,
Why?
Oh, he's a little shit.
Why? It's Caillou, man.
Oh no! I would watch.
You got to experience it first, man.
Shows. Huh? Yeah.
I said he's got to experience it first. Then you'll know.
Yo, I've watched Caillou. When I was young, I watched Caillou, and then when I'm older, I found out that every episode of Caillou was essentially Caillou in a coma, experiencing memories or things that he never would be able to experience because he's actually in a coma, dying from cancer. So, bro, thank you.
That is awful. That's not what happened. Don't make me feel bad because I think Caillou's an awful child. But yeah, no, you know what? Watch Caillou. You know what? Watch Caillou with your daughter. Watch Caillou with your daughter, and then imagine her doing those things. And then
that's
you'll
fair.
be like, no.
That's totally fair.
Nope, this is a no Caillou household now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, no, enjoy that because, like I said, there are some.
Really?
Awful
For me,
children shows
it's Dora. I cannot stand Dora the Explorer. Like, hi guys,
I was okay with Dora.
I am Dora. Can you find my mic?
Yeah.
Where is my mic?
It's
Can
awesome.
you tell me where my mic is?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, the mic's right there. It's right. Just look to your right. It's right there, girl. Oh my gosh. Yeah, for me it's Dora the Explorer. I can't stand that. Oh god. And the whole swiper no swiping thing. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So I'll check out an episode of Caillou because of course I don't remember the episodes, but I remember watching them, like Caillou, Franklin, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But some of the shows that I do want to get her into is like, yo, let's get you on the OG Power Rangers. You know, maybe let's watch some Gargoyles. What about some the old school TMNT? You know, how about let's start off with that stuff. You know, maybe Rugrats. Let's get you into Rugrats. You're gonna love Rugrats. But you know, right now it's just all the beautiful colors, the silly dancing, and whatever else. So hopefully one day I'll get her into the OG stuff. The OG stuff.
There you go.
You know?
There you go.
But yeah, that's my watch list. There's a lot going on for my watch list. Any final thoughts before we end off the stack?
None from me. No, I'm good to let this episode resolve.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I am good as well. I am good as well.
Beautiful. Let's see here. All right. Thank you for listening on this week's episode of The Stack, your weekly news roundup. I am Caramel Thunder, Caramel with 2 L's. Coastal, where can people find you?
You can find me at Coast Dynasty on Instagram. That is COASTDY Nasty.
Beautiful. Noslen, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Noslen69ers. Again, that's my name backwards, 69 ERS.
Beautiful. You can find all of us at Unhinged Vibes on Instagram. Make sure if you're listening on YouTube to subscribe, like, and comment in the section below. Make sure if you have any ideas on any topics you want to talk about, let us know in the comment section. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast provider, make sure you follow us on there. Yet again, folks, thank you so much for everyone who's listened and who's made it this far into today's episode of the Unhinged Vibes Podcast. We cannot wait to see y'all next. Until next time, folks, make sure you please stay safe, love each other, because we love you, and make sure you stay around, because we want you on the next episode of the Unhinged Vibes Podcast, The Stack.